Hello and welcome back to Whimsical Farm. Today we're going to do a very easy recipe with a 3-pound package of hamburger meat, and we're going to treat it just like it's a roast, barely thawed out. And the preparation involved just coating it with mustard like it was a beef brisket or roast, and then simple garlic powder, onion powder, a little black pepper, some Tony's, and some McCormick's chipotle chili powder. We're going to treat this pretty much just like we did our chicken, same seasonings and the same thing that I did on the brisket. Now this time we're going to go ahead and cook it on the grill, and we're using a standard Weber grill, but we're going to use a technique called the dragon technique. And you can see, I'll probably cast a shadow, but I'll try to get around it. You can see on one side of the grill I've got the majority of the charcoal, and then it slowly tapers, and I've added the wood chunks in just like we used before with apple wood. Get my shadow out of the way. It tapers around, and keeps going around, usually about 2 to 3 briquettes in a row until it gets all the way down to the tail. So that's going to give us like burning like a fuse, should give us a nice long burn time. So let's go ahead and get this process started. We'll light this up, and then I'll show you the square skillet and the 3-pound package of beef that I've already got prepped. So here we go. And I'd already put the lighter fluid on there a few minutes earlier, so we are up and ready to go. We got our fire running. When you do this, only put your charcoal lighter fluid on the head of the dragon, just the head of it. You want his body to burn nice and slow. So we will come back out in a few minutes once all the fuel's burned out and it's turned into a nice white ash and the tail begins to go. We'll try to catch it before it catches that first block of applewood completely on fire. So see you back in just a few minutes. Okay, welcome back. And it looks like our fire is almost perfect. As you can see, the head of the dragon now, fire breathing, is all on fire, and we're about 80% white on the coals. So we're going to go ahead and get this, get the ball rolling here. Let's have a look and see what we're cooking. It looks like it may be hiding right here. Now, my sweet wife is not here to video. I caught this long before she got up this morning, but I wanted to do something that was really simple for her. So when it's lunchtime today, she can have a nice 3-pound package of beef that's got a bark cooked on it, and it's smoked with apple wood and tender. We're going to cut it just like it would be a brisket with my new brisket knife. So let's have a look here and see. Oh, look at that. That's a nice heavy-duty cast iron skillet. It's got the ribs on it. And probably about halfway through this process, I'll have to come out here and pour some of that grease off, because it's just going to be swimming in grease, and we'll save that for a future project. So here we go. Let's put this on the grill. Put it on like that. We want to keep it away from the intense heat of the head of the dragon, so we'll put it on this side. Now what we want to do to try to sear this meat initially is let this fire go ahead and ramp on up 450, 500, just like we do with the chicken thighs, and try to get a little bit of a bark on that meat. And here comes the lid. Lid's going on, and we got the bottom vents wide open, we got the top vents wide open, and we don't have to worry about temperature control so much, because as soon as that big head of the dragon burns off, that 450, 500 degree temperature will begin to roll off, and we'll slope down to about 250. So on this, we're going to cook for a target on the internal of the meat at 160. If we don't hit it with this 4 pounds of charcoal, we'll just pull the skillet off, throw it in the oven in the house, and finish it off that way. But we should get a really nice bark on a package of hamburger meat and that nice applewood smoked flavor. So looking forward to seeing what this is going to taste like, and we'll be back with you on the first checkup and the final run. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Welcome back to Whimsical Farm. Now we're getting ready to go ahead and do our first check, and this is to see how cooked we are, and also to render off, get some of the grease out of the picture. So let's set this aside and do a quick check. We're at 156. We're real close to being finished off. 148 degrees. Now, one thing about this, if you poke down real deep on this, if you poke down real deep, you're going to get a higher temperature because you're really going to be close to that iron. So we don't worry about that too much. We want to go ahead and get this excess grease off of here. And I've got a special pan here that's made for that. We'll pour that extra grease off. We always save that tallow and drippings au jus. We'll move this meat back over. You know what? Let's go ahead and turn this over. We'll see if it may be so that it's brown on the other side. Yeah, we'll turn that over. That'll be just fine. That'll give it a chance if it's cooked a little bit more on the bottom and make a little bit better bark. Now, if you look down inside the grill, the big head of the dragon is burned off, and now we burned up that first chunk of wood, and we're getting around here. It won't take very much longer to get this finished. It definitely will not burn the whole length of time. So I may add some more some chicken or some out here to finish this off. And I'm also going to let this slow down a little bit on speed. So we're going to go ahead and cut that back to 50% on the burner, on the grate. So oxygen wise, let the temperature drop a little bit, and we'll come back to finish this off and take out the brisket knife and start slicing and see how good it tastes. But we're going to look in the house, see if we can find some chicken or something to add on here too. Thank you, and we'll be right back. Bye. Truth, we are back to pull this wonderful meat off the grill. Oh, look, my wife found some chicken. We had a little extra fire left. In fact, it's still going nice and slow, but man, that looks good. I did check the temperature. We got a little closer to 200 on this, which she wanted it a little bit more done because some of the juices running out of the meat was not good and clear, but it's good and clear now. So we'll go ahead and set this out and let that cool down just a little bit. And then we'll take it in the house in here just in a minute, and we'll do a slice and taste test on it. And I can hardly wait for that. So just keep it in mind that that cooked pretty quick. Total cook time on that was 2 hours. The chicken we had in the freezer that was already pre-cooked, didn't have quite as much darkness on it. And we put a little extra apple wood in there to finish that chicken off. So, man, that's some good looking food. So we'll check out the brand new brisket knife on this just here in a few minutes. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Whimsical Farm. We have now pulled this 3-pound package of beef. This is just a good quality ground beef. We get this from a store that's a feed store in Rosebud, Arkansas. Very good quality meat. So we're going to go ahead and do a slice test on this. We've got the dogs all around. We took the final temperature on this up to around 190 degrees to make sure all the juices were running really clear. So I want to clarify that. If you look up, I gave you the initial temperature we were targeting was 160, and I got that from watching YouTube, some people that were cooking meatloaf. And with this being a little bit more fatty meat, we wanted to take it up another 30 degrees. So it'll be good and tender. It's hamburger meat, but let's have a look and see what this looks like. Slice this off, and we'll do a quick test here. We've got the au jus. We can always add that to it also. You can see that actually produced a smoke ring like you're dealing with a piece of brisket. We've got our au jus. We won't add that to it right now. Let me get a fork here, or even a spoon. Okay, let's have a look here. Lay a piece of that over. If you'll look real close there, that's got a smoke ring just like you would with a brisket. Got a smoke ring there. There's no red meat in the center, but it's not dry. And like I say, you could put the au jus on there if you wanted to. Let me taste this. That is very tasty. Now, I want to say this. The main reason I did it this way is for carnivore people to be able to just reach in the refrigerator, get you a package of meat. That's a 3-pound package of meat, come from Caldwell Farms. You take that 3-pound package of meat, coat it with mustard, put your dry rub on it, throw it in the grill. Just put it in a nice heavy-duty skillet. It's carefree. You could be watching movies. You could be doing chores in the yard, whatever, and let it just smoke nice and slow. Initially, it starts off about 450. When that dragon's head burns up, temperature's gonna slope off, go to 250, and as it's going around, we didn't even make it. We made it about halfway, and we added some chicken. The chicken came out really good. It was already cooked, but we just wanted to put a little more smoke on it. So it came out good, and the thing that I like about it the most is it's very simple. It's just putting a block of meat in there. We didn't have to fillet it, didn't have to soak it in anything. That's a simple way to have a weekly meal. Cook it on a Sunday, and of course that won't last very long around here, but you could cook more than one package. Cook 3 or 4 of them. You're not making patties. You're not losing the fat because I rendered it, and now I will pour it back over, put it in a pan. It'll be good and juicy. So thank you again for coming to visit us with us here at Whimsical Farm. And we hope you enjoy this simple recipe. Don't forget the carnivore diet. Hit the subscribe and the like if you got anything that you enjoy from it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.